Y'all know what time it is, man. We in the building. We reporting live. Y'all know what time it is, man. The Honorable President Donald J. Trump. Yes, that's right. Our Honorable President Donald J. Trump. He has been on a spree, just letting people out of the penitentiary left and right. I'm talking about he ain't taking no holds barred. We got NBA Youngboy. We got the Honorable Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on. But we going to break that down and more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it might be a chance even P. Diddy might sneak up out of this thing. Y'all think he might pardon Diddy if things go left? Or do y'all think that whole rock the vote and all that fly talk Diddy was doing might do him in? Because it ain't looking too good for Diddy right now. It ain't looking too good. But we going to break down the people that Donald Trump let out and see what kind of moves he making. And we going to give him his props. Yes, sir, Lord, because at the end of the day,
thank you for watching.
You know what I'm saying? And we thank Donald J. Trump for letting these brothers out the penitentiary as well as everybody else. Like, at the end of the day, I don't want to see nobody in prison, but y'all got to keep it real. Donald J. Trump has been doing what y'all can hate on him all you want, but he doing some real things, man. Y'all keep it locked, man. This Straight Shoota podcast. Let's go. All right, baby, we back. Hate it or love it. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Swift Dollars, a.k.a. 16 Pad Killer, and you tuned in to Straight Shoota Podcast on Maschine Mafia TV. And y'all know what time it is over here. This is a safe place for unbiased opinions based on facts, where we give it to you straight with no chaser, all right? Hit that subscribe button, smash up the likes, and do your boy a favor. Hit that notification bell so that way you stay in the loop each and every time we drop one of these videos, all right? So let's get straight to it, man. Like I was saying before, y'all know what it is, man. J. Trump, Donald J. Trump, the honorable one. Yes, sir, Lord, we're going to get a man his props. The honorable one, Donald J. Trump. Like I said before, he been on a pardon spree. Like, he just been doing his thing, siding pardons left and right, letting people out, white, black, Spanish, whoever, you know what I'm saying? He let the former Republican Connecticut governor, John Rowland, who was convicted on 2 separate occasions in recent decades, Mark Bashaw, an officer formerly served at the Army Public Health Center and was found guilty of violating the Biden administration military COVID safety rules. You know what I'm saying? We got Trevor Milton, who with his wife gave Trump's re-election efforts $1.8 million just a month before the 2024 election. You know what I'm saying? Got them in a scandal. Ross Ulbricht, pledged who Trump pledged to pardon during his 2024 campaign when they ain't got him out. You already know he got my man Enrique. Shout out to Enrique, man. He got my man Enrique from the Proud Boys out. You know what I'm saying? Got him out immediately. Y'all know everybody from January 21. He got them out. You know what I'm saying? Now, they was wrong and all this and all that, but I'm doing this to prove a point, y'all, man. Power is power. And at the end of the day, Donald J. Trump showing y'all he don't care. He gonna do what he want to do. Y'all voted for him. He's in there. He's our honorable president. He does some good things. I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything no president does. But at the end of the day, Trump letting people out. And he doing it early. Most presidents, you know what I'm saying, they wait until they last 2 or 3 days in office and then just start signing away because they got to do it anyway. But at least we can give Trump his props because Trump said, forget it. It's getting overcrowded.
Y'all just don't
I'm
want to
letting
believe
him out.
the truth.
We're not going to play with him.
We're
going to do what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I got a couple news clippings, but, you know, he let the Honorable Larry Hoover out. You know, I hated that it took this long for him, but like now this is one thing that I want y'all to put in the comments, man. Somebody bring me up to speed or somebody, let's get a chat going. Now, if the president pardons you, okay, he's pardoning him. So he's about to get out the feds, but then he still got state murder charges. But a pardon is a pardon. There ain't nothing higher in the land than a presidential pardon. So I'm assuming that man gonna touch solid ground pretty soon. Like, the state don't supersede the feds, so how they gonna supersede the president? That just don't make no sense to me. If I got some lawyers in my subscribers, or if it's some lawyers chiming in, y'all help me out, man. Put it in the comments. Let me know how that's gonna go. But we just wanted to give Donald J. Trump, whether y'all hate it or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, where I'm from, we give people props when they deserve their props. We don't hate on them when we don't hate on people for no reason.
And see, where I'm from, you don't do that.
We don't do that. But at the end of the day, it's a whole lot of people. He sent them reality star people home. All that. Like, Trump been signing, well, now, as far as presidency-wise, he ain't been doing nothing. He just let a bunch of people out on the street. Now, like I said, now, it's an unbiased opinion based on facts over here. But at the same time, if he letting people out, I'm going to give him his props for letting people out, giving people a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. If y'all don't agree, shame on you. I do feel like everybody deserves a second chance, not a third. You understand? Not a third. Now, it's a hard second. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a hard second chance, but not a third. Y'all check this news break about him releasing Larry Hoover real quick.
The former lead prosecutor in Larry Hoover's federal case, reacting this afternoon with disappointment, telling us there are just some offenders and crimes that are not deserving of clemency, and Hoover falls in that category. But this afternoon, President Trump disagreeing, commuting Hoover's 6 life sentences on federal convictions to time served. Hoover still faces, however, a 200-year state sentence on a 1973 murder conviction, so it appears he won't be getting out of prison, at least in the near term. It was while behind bars serving time for that murder that federal prosecutors say he continued overseeing the Chicago Gangster Disciples, a gang that he co-founded. And in 1997, he was convicted of running a criminal enterprise. But Hoover's attorney says over the years, Hoover has been rehabilitated and written numerous letters talking about his experience, how he turned to crime, and the good he can do in steering young people away from a similar fate.
He is being held because he is a symbol, not because he needs further incarceration or he hasn't been rehabilitated. He's been a model prisoner for many, many years. He's been examined. He has been determined to be no risk.
If Larry Hoover said there was going to be a killing, there was a killing. If Larry Hoover said there was going to be a beating, there was a beating. If Larry Hoover said there was going to be a drug deal, there was a drug deal.
Hoover's case has drawn the attention of a number of advocates and public figures, including Chance the Rapper and Kanye West. Hoover is currently serving time in Colorado, but with that state sentence, he'll likely be moved at some point to a prison in Illinois.
Now, you see how people do? Won't even give you a chance. Now, this guy up there talking all that jazz. Nah, I like this one right here. That guy up there talking all that jazz. You know what I'm saying? And then look, you know what I'm saying? The president
His
gave
name
the
is
man
Larry
a shot.
Hoover.
You know what I'm saying? The president trying to give him a shot. You know? He ain't say nothing about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else up there hustling and bustling. You know? Lord, God forbid. Now, you know, my man, you know, like I said, my man, the head of the Proud Boys, he got out damn near immediately when Trump got in. Now, Trump made sure he's held that solid. You know what I'm saying? Got them boys out quick. You know, that's just
following
that's how Trump
big
do.
news as we see a change in power, a flurry of pardons issued by President Trump. One big name, and you see him right there on your screen. He's getting a plane ticket out of Texas. He is the ex-leader of the far-right Proud Boys. That is him, caught by CBS News cameras, leaving Dallas Love Field Airport. He is bound for home, Miami, and that's where we find CBS News correspondent Jason Allen, who spoke with Tario. Jason, you talked to him. What did he have to say?
Yeah, well, the reason, Reed, that he is one of the big names is because he is someone who received one of the longest, if not the longest, sentences out of everybody who was prosecuted for their activities on that day. The leader of the Proud Boys at the time, more than a 20-year sentence, even though he was not present for those activities in Washington, D.C. because of a previous arrest. He'd been ordered out of the area, but prosecutors said that he was directing activities, maybe even inflaming activities. He told me today that he wasn't at all surprised to receive the pardon from the president. He called the president a man of his word. He believed that he would follow through on a promise. When I asked him further about maybe the breadth of these pardons, right, to not only include people who were prosecuted for being there and walking into the Capitol, but also accused of violent crimes. He didn't necessarily deny at all that people committed some of these actions they were accused of, and he said they've been held accountable. Rather, and I think we'll hear from him now, he really had a problem with the process that happened in the courts after that.
I think the miscarriage of justice that happened in these cases, regardless if somebody agrees with putting their hands on the police officer or whatnot, how the process worked out was unfair. You know, if you want to have a fair trial, take it outside of DC.
Absolutely.
DC voted 93% for Biden. So they needed a fair trial. So if we would have gotten a fair trial, I think I wouldn't be in a position where I needed a pardon.
See, now look at that, man. Enrique, hey, look, like I said, one more time for Trump, man. Like Trump didn't discriminate. Trump sent it around the room. Trump gave everybody some love. I'm talking about black, white, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. He was showing love. Like I said, now Trump, he just did what he had to do. And I give him his props because he didn't wait till the last minute, man. So we always give props where props is due. Again, we is unbiased over here. When you do right, you do right. When you make the news, the joke's on you. Y'all put it in the comments, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. Did Donald J. Trump keep it real letting these people out, or did he just let a lot of goons out the cage? Y'all let me know something, man. We just kicked back. I'm just getting back from a wonderful Memorial weekend vacation, but it kind of went on a little bit longer than I expected, but we back in the building, baby. Y'all keep it locked, man. Straight Shooter Podcast. Let's go.